For years, people have been talking about the best methods to lose belly fat, and you go on YouTube and you look it up and you can see a bunch of different influencers who have different methods for losing belly fat. And today, I'm going to kind of bust some of those myths and show you how the before and after pictures that you see in these thumbnails are not actually what they appear to be. So with no hesitation, let's jump into the before and after pictures. You probably clicked on this video because you saw the thumbnail where I have a before picture looking bloated, overweight, and kind of in bad shape, versus the after picture which shows me looking a little bit more muscular and having, a more defined midsection, abs, what have you. But here's the thing. That before picture was actually taken after the after picture. What does that mean? Well, I'll put the photo up here somewhere. This is the before picture. That photo was taken about 14 seconds after the after picture, which I'll put over here. Now, there's nothing really special about these photos, but I'll show you the differences as we analyze these. The first one is going to be if you look at this photo over here, which is, the after photo of me losing all of this weight somehow in 12 seconds. What you'll notice is the lighting's a lot better. I have the lighting moved up so that way you can see more defined angles of any muscle insertions that I have. Now if you look at the photo over here, the lighting's a little bit lower and my stomach's pushed out. So it's going to look like I'm a little bit more overweight. And it's clear that I look better in the after picture than I do in the before picture. And you can kind of tell that I'm actually not in any better shape if you just look at the signs of the actual photos. In my before picture, you can see that there's still some definition in the shoulder area without really having to, look or analyze the photo. You can also see in the lower section of my stomach that the V-cut is still there, but the stomach is pushed out, so it's not as visible as it would be in the after photo. Now, somebody that's, maintaining a decent weight and is a little bit leaner, I'm gonna look a lot worse if I eat a bigger meal. It might not even be a bigger meal. If I just drink a ton of water or even, a diet soda, and then I consume some food for breakfast, let's say I have a large breakfast, 500, 600, 700 calories, I'll look very bloated off the spot, and I can take that before picture to demonstrate that I'm fat, right? But the reality is I looked better in the beginning of the day because I had yet to eat anything and I'm not holding any kind of bloat. Now you go ahead and you add good lighting, a good pump, and even a little, food, whether that's sodium or whatever it may be, to make my muscles look fuller, and I'm going to look amazing in that after picture. All while my after picture was taken before my before picture. I know the semantics here are definitely easy to get lost in, so hopefully you're following me so far. But basically, I'm taking my before picture after I take my after picture. Simple, right? And the harsh truth is once you do get leaner, it's not going to really help with your actual body image. You know what I mean? Like, it can definitely make your body dysmorphia worse. For people who spend a ton of time in the gym, they might, get muscular, feel like it's time to cut, and then whenever they cut down, they feel skinny. And then for other people who end up losing a ton of weight, they might still see themselves as the fat kid. And as a result, what happens is whenever you're done eating that big meal, even though you're still the same weight, relatively the same body composition, you're seeing yourself with the bloat, and now you have it in your head that you haven't lost all the weight that you thought you did. And this can obviously lead to things like eating disorders, and we want to avoid that to the best of our ability, right? Because we don't want people to take health and fitness to a point where it becomes unhealthy and they can't sustain their actual fitness. So my recommendation is if you are going to be in a calorie deficit, to of course make sure that you're monitoring it in a way that isn't unhealthy. Go to tdee.net, find out what your daily caloric intake should be, and then decrease that daily caloric intake by about 250 to 500 calories. Now, if you are becoming more active than you typically would be, meaning that you're going to implement cardio and weightlifting throughout your day, and you typically didn't prior, then I would recommend not exceeding that 250 calorie mark because now you're burning more calories and eating less. And that should provide the first step to getting leaner. And of course, whatever you're doing, the most important thing is to stay consistent. You may plateau and you may hit certain markers or certain times in your fitness journey that cause you to feel a little bit more demotivated. Maybe you're not losing the weight you were expecting to lose. Maybe you're not gaining the muscle you were expecting to gain. Maybe you're losing more muscle than you expected. All of those things are completely normal. This is a trial and error process, and nobody's the same, right? So You have to figure out what works best for you. But at the end of the day, the best thing is staying consistent. So anyways, I wanted to make this video because I kind of wanted to demonstrate how, first of all, the before and after photos are typically bullshit. Second of all, if you are watching this video, you're probably newer to the gym or you just stumbled upon this video. And because of that, I want to make sure that if you saw this and you thought, hey, it's possible to, go from fat to, fit, yeah, of course it is. But there are exceptions. And there's a lot of scams running around the fitness industry that kind of demonstrate unhealthy practices. And the reality is if you are clicking on this video, you probably thought that you were going to learn something that helped you lose fat quicker than you typically would. And unfortunately, this is a marathon, not a sprint. So if you did click on this video for that reason, I wanted to make you aware of the fact that, yeah, it's definitely possible to lose fat, but at the same time, these methods or this little clickbait that they have streaming around the internet to lose belly fat is typically not going to be the answer you're looking for. So I did want to make this video so that way whoever is watching this is aware of these scams and can kind of identify them from a distance. And while the fitness industry has gotten better about this, and a lot of these videos that you saw earlier on when I was scrolling through my phone, a lot of those folks are typically just trying to bring you in, and that doesn't mean that they necessarily have bad advice. But as you're clicking on these videos, if you do see somebody saying that you're going to lose belly fat, typically it's a good indicator that they're full of shit. You lose body fat throughout your entire physique, and that's unfortunately the only way for most people to lose fat. But you can't target fat loss in one particular area. Anyone that says otherwise is a liar. So if you made it this far in the video, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. I appreciate you making it this far. And I do want to make a shout out to everybody that's been subscribing that has not gone unnoticed. I do really appreciate it. Seeing this channel grow really means a lot to me. So definitely want to say, thank you, and I appreciate everybody watching these videos. And definitely be sure to subscribe so that way you can see some of my other content moving forward. I have some things planned that I think are going to be really beneficial for everyone watching. So with that said, I'll see you all in the next video.